AI can drive as fast as it can all the way into the sea and just crash and burn, right? So I think as the human, you are the one setting the road, you are the one setting the guardrails, really creating the go-kart track for the go-kart to demonstrate its abilities to reach somewhere.
Hello and welcome back to Humans in the Loop. My name is Deborah, and today we have Justin, one of our AI engineers, here with us to talk about his journey into what he does today, as well as how he's been contributing to our latest products. So, hi, Justin.
Hi, Deborah.
It's nice to have you finally after lots of pestering and lobbying and bugging and planning.
I can't run away anymore.
Okay, so basically, I brought you here today to talk about your journey because you have quite an interesting one, and just like what you've been up to since joining Human Manage. So, for those who don't know, Justin joined fairly recently, just a couple months ago, and he actually studied marketing, right? So, tell us more about that.
Wow, where do I start? My education was not the most straightforward and not the most conventional in terms of like Singaporean lives. So actually, it started from my poly. My first course wasn't actually marketing, but I was in aerospace electronics.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So I was there for a year,
Okay.
but I decided to change into like mass comm, which is like media and communications. But after that, so after mass comm, the route that makes sense would be to go to marketing in uni. So I went there. But kind of like in the fourth year of my marketing, I was like, am I really going to do this for the rest of my life? I wasn't really confident of taking this as a career route, not because I'm incompetent, but because like lifelong fulfillment and like purpose and stuff like that. Yeah, so that was during the time of like COVID, and what I was scrolling on like TikTok a lot, and there was just a lot of coding content that somehow popped up on my feed. In my mind was like, oh yeah, like why not just give it a shot? Like if I like it, then I will just go into coding. If not, then I'll just keep going into marketing. I mean, I have the degree and everything, like so no harm. So I went to like different sites online to try to learn myself, and then I really like coding. So I just made a full pivot from there. Like it just made sense to me.
But how did you do that pivot? Because like there's so many courses online. Did you just like randomly do stuff, or did you like have a plan? And how did you actually turn that into a career? I know now it's very competitive, and it's like you can have a uni degree and a bunch of internships, and that's like still not enough. So how did you like actually turn that into a job?
Actually, my whole pivot process took about like 1.5 years, I think. So it started off with, so I was just trying to go online at the start just to find some coding content online, some online code academy and stuff like that. Then at that point, I found out like the Singapore government had some free subscription to this place called Udemy. It's like an online learning platform. I got on there, like I learned what I could. I think the struggle at that point was not knowing what I needed to know in order to get a job. Yeah, so I had a friend who was kind of in the industry, but he was still studying. So I like had some pointers from him, like asking what I should actually learn right now, what is being prioritized. So definitely the relationships in my life helped me get to this point. So after learning on my own, I tried to do some freelance projects, which was to create some websites for some local Singapore companies. Yeah, from there, I think I took another course. This time I went to like NTUC Learning Hub or something. Yeah, and I took like a Java full stack developer course. Then everybody was like, "Why Java? Java's like one of the hardest language." But I'm like, I just need to learn something. So I went there. Then eventually I got like a freelance job at a contractor company. Then we were basically working for like Apple, doing like localizations for their websites for the different regions. From then on, the work there was good in a way, like big teams. There was a whole standard process and everything. But I felt that if I really wanted to grow in my career, that's not where I should stay. So from then on, I decided to look for another job, which I landed before this one. It's like an SME that was building their own workflow-based product. And with that, yeah, I learned all my skills that I needed there to really be a production engineer. Really learning not just in the things I need to do in terms of like coding or engineering, but I think principles, how to think, how to work, thinking for long term, not just fixing things today. Yeah, so I learned many things from my previous job, and it really battle tested me. And that's when I was brought to this place, Human Managed, to work on AI. Yeah,
So what about AI interests you, actually?
I guess it's not that I'm not interested in AI. Like, I'm very interested, and it's a very interesting field. But before I stepped into this role, it wasn't that I was particularly interested in AI, but I think it's my general curiosity to learn everything tech. Yeah, even when I was asked, actually right here in this job, I was asked, like, where do you prefer to be? But my preference was I want to learn everything. Yeah, so even though I am an AI software engineer, like I'm learning bits and pieces about every part of what we do, both on the back and on the front and on AI, and just reading up and being curious to learn more.
You do AI here, right? But you could be doing AI anywhere. So what about human managed draws you to work here based on your last maybe few months of being here? What do you say is the biggest draw for you?
I mean, in some essence, I feel like every company does their own thing. And besides, of course, each company has their own product and has their own offerings of what they deliver to the world. So I think working here has really been fun, and not just, of course, we're building like great stuff, we're building like great products, but beyond that, I think the relationships here and like the whole working culture has been really great, and it really promotes growth. It promotes a sense of, yeah, I can do this, yeah, I can learn whatever I want to do, like I can do whatever I want to do, not in a individualism type of way, but in a, yeah, I have space to grow, I have space to explore.
So moving on to what you actually do at Human Managed. It's a very loaded question to ask you. What do you do at Human Managed, right? So maybe we can break it down into what we are working on as a company right now, which is mainly Invicta and Control Shift.
We recently split up the roles in who is gonna take what in this project. So what I have been working on recently, personally, was building up our company design system. So what it's supposed to do is a set of, it's more than a set, it's a whole library of colors, schemes, components. Every little thing that you see on our website is supposed to be in this design system. And what we use this design system for is whenever we want to spin up new apps, new websites, new anything you name it, it's supposed to reference this design system and come out with exactly what you want in the company's brand ethos.
So what are the most interesting parts of that and the most challenging parts of that?
I guess the most interesting is that you always learn about, oh, AI is so smart, AI is so capable, but sometimes when it comes to things that you see in terms like design, visual design, it's,
It's not true, right?
yeah, it's pretty bad sometimes. AI still needs work, and that's why we're here to guide along. AI is like your child that is like a prodigy and going to the best schools, but it's like he's not very good at some things, like living life. So that's why we're here, and that's why we're building structures around AI to help it to do what we want it to do in the best way possible, in the most efficient way, and in the way that we want it to do.
What's the most challenging part, other than the AI being kind of bad sometimes?
I guess the challenging part is that though there are existing design systems out there, we are kind of spearheading our own design system in a way that is not really done, or is not being done as often or as documented online. So the tough thing is that most design systems, at least in the world, when you go to different websites that showcases like different components, like color schemes, it's all for humans to read. So the challenge is building a design system that is AI compatible, that's not just for the human to read, but that the AI can fully consume to give you what you want it to give you. I guess the challenging part is that there is no real precedent, so you kind of have to invent your own way, which is also the fun.
With AI advancing so rapidly, it can be quite tempting to just throw everything to the AI. I mean, I personally, in my work, I use some automated workflows to speed things up, but I don't use it completely because I still want that human touch. So how do you balance between throwing everything to the AI versus still doing some of the manual stuff? And how do you avoid just relying completely on the AI if you find that that is not a good thing to be doing?
I guess the analogy that, or rather the picture I would like to paint is that imagine a big open field and the AI is the car, and the AI can go anywhere and it can go anywhere, but you as the person determines where is the road, where is the guidelines, where do you want it to go, because AI can drive as fast as it can all the way into the sea and just crash and burn, right? So I think as the human, you are the one setting the road, you are the one setting the guardrails, really creating the go-kart track for the go-kart to demonstrate its abilities to reach somewhere. Yeah, I think that's my role.
Given that's your approach to AI, right? Like how do you integrate it with the design systems? How do you use AI when making and create and establishing a design system?
The hard part is going off of nothing, right? You need to decide on some designs that you want to be in the design system. Like you can't just show nothing and like, I want a design system. Yeah, but it's because this company has many deliverables, websites. Like we already built like version 1 of our web app Invicta, and because of that, we can use what we have decided on and what we have decided on that looks good that we want, and use that as a reference to put into the design system to build it up. Yeah, so we take what we like and put into the design system, and then the AI looking at our design system, which is basically an amalgamation of our preferences, right? Like what we want and what we like, will go on to then build all these other products that we want to build.
Do you enjoy working on the design system?
I guess it's less of this specific project that I'm given, but more of the being able to explore this, which I actually haven't done before. Like I haven't built an existing design system before. Yeah, I think the excitement is to go in this direction that I've never taken before, get new ideas, get new perspectives, get new ways to think that I have not thunk, that I have not
Thought.
thought before. Yeah, I think that's the exciting part. So less on actually working on the design system and more on being able to work on this new thing. I guess the goal is that after we build this, we don't need to build it again. So we can always build something once. It's kind of like in coding where we say we don't want to duplicate code. So if you're gonna say A plus B here, you shouldn't say A plus B again later. You should use that same pattern and make it applicable everywhere. Yeah. So in the same way, I guess the goal would really to be build everything once. Yes, it is fun to build this design system now because I'm kind of pushing on something new, but once it's built, we shouldn't have to build this again. So every experience should be new.
And is there anything else you're working on Invicta? Because I do see you do some other stuff from time to time other than the design system. I saw you working on like a table and then some data labeling. Can you tell us more about that?
Yeah, that was before, like we're doing a major restructure. We created our own version using the open source to create our own table that has like pivoting. We have like natural language search. Yeah, natural language query. So it's a really powerful table. Then also I was working on building the labeling system. Analysts will go in to label anomalies to say this is actually an anomaly, this is not an anomaly, or I don't know, because sometimes they don't know, right? And that goes into our model again to improve it. So further on, models get better as more anomalies are confirmed or denied. Then the customers will also get better results and better tracking of what actually is an anomaly based on each asset.
So before this, you were just kind of making whatever needed to be made for the viability of the web app, right?
Yeah.
But now with this restructuring, everybody has a more specific role.
Yep.
And your role is in the design system,
Yep.
which, is more the visual aspect
Yep.
of the web app. And do you see yourself doing design systems for our other apps moving forward, or is there something else you would like to explore?
For now, once I'm done with this design system, it should hold up for at least the next couple of web apps that we want to do. So I'm excited to move on to some of the stuff that we have cooking, like in Control Shift. Yeah, really, really cool stuff. We're trying to do like real-time monitoring of assets in a space like computers or any devices, and also people, their movements, where they go, like tracking each office space in a digital world. Yeah, so that's really cool that I am looking forward to working with.
For those who are actually looking for a career in tech, right? And maybe they don't feel confident that they are like the best and brightest out of the bunch. What would your advice be to them, in these kind of situations, like younger people generally?
I think, to be brutally honest, don't do tech just because tech is the in thing. To be honest, when I was in Polytechnic, that's like 17 years old, computer science was one of the not well sought after courses.
Wait, how old are you? But you're not that old.
30.
Oh, when you were
No,
17, like
that's like 13 years ago.
tech was not popular.
I mean, computer science was like a 20 plus pointer course. For
Oh.
reference, yeah, 6 points is like the best you can get. So 20 plus pointer is
That's
definitely,
crazy.
yeah. And my friend went to there because he had the passion for it. And right now, like, tech is the biggest thing. Yeah, so I think my advice is don't do tech just because it pays well and all these other perks. Yeah, I think those are hyped up perks that it's not applicable for every company. Do tech because it's your passion. So similarly, even if it's not tech, I think you just go for it if you feel a passion for it. I'm going to quote my friend. He says that I think what is lacking in industries nowadays is passion. Like, everybody's just working for the sake of working, just to get that dough, get that bread, or just to get that stable job. I mean, all that is fine. But if you're going to work for the next 40 to 60 years of your life, yeah, at least have fun with it, At least find something that you enjoy doing. At the very least, find something that you don't dread doing every day.
I concur. Thanks for dropping into my podcast video bubble to talk to me. I really appreciate it because I know you're like constantly typing away on your computer and so busy. Hope to have another discussion with you maybe when some of our products move further along and we can have an update on that. Thanks for taking time out of your day to talk to me and share such interesting things about your life and also about your experiences. If you watched all the way here, like and subscribe because we post videos like every 2 weeks.
Like, comment, and subscribe.
Okay, thank you. Bye.
Bye.